Good afternoon to everyone. I'm Dr. Violeta Cvetkoska, working as associate professor at the oldest and leading university in North Macedonia. So first of all, I would like to thank to the organizers of the International Conference of Analytic Hierarchy Process for organizing this significant event on an outstanding way. In addition, I would like to thank you for accepting our papers for the presentation of this conference. So this paper is with co-authorship with my PhD student, Tamara Kaftandzieva, and now we will start with the presentation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Now you can share your screen and begin your presentation.
Sure. Let me just check, is Tamara here?
Hello.
Okay,
I will start now. Hello, everyone, once again. My name is Tamara Kaftandzieva. I'm a PhD student at the Cyril and Methodius University in Skopje at the Faculty of Economics. And together with Professor Violeta Cvetkoska, we have written an article titled "How Young Population Makes Personal Finance Decisions, Evidence from North Macedonia." Given the circumstances, we will present this online, and I hope you will follow the presentation. We were highly motivated to write this article, mainly in order to try to simplify the complex attitudes and preferences that shape the financial choices by using the AHP methodology, which, although is very beneficial and useful for complex decision-making, is relatively new in our country and has recently found application. Also, to provide insight into the motives behind individual decision-making in our country, where little research has been done on this subject. The main objectives of this research are to analyze the decision-making process regarding financial choices of the young population in North Macedonia, as well as to explain young people's motives for the proposed decision and the condition under which such decision was made. Our research is summarized as follows, and I will start right away with the introductory section. As we are well aware, people make various financial choices every day. They spend, save, and invest money in accordance to their desires, motives, and goals. Those psychological factors, especially the risk attitude, combined with the socio-demographic factors, define persons' behavior and activity on the financial markets. Of course, financial decision-making is limited by the practical possibilities, and it's under the great influence of the domestic financial system and the economic environment. At this point, I would also like to say that personal finance is a research area that nowadays gains momentum due to the intensified interest in inserting psychology in the economic sciences. As a starting point, while doing our research, we considered several theoretical findings, all of which are consistent with the presence of psychological individual-specific factors and financial knowledge and literacy that influence investors' behavior and financial decision-making. Of course, individual risk-taking is relative in different situations and can be explained by a wide range of different aspects. In order to evaluate how the young population in our country make financial choices, or to evaluate their perspective on saving, spending, and investing, we have created an AHP-based questionnaire. And since the main focus is the young population, which is specific for our research. The questionnaire was distributed to 9 respondents younger than 35 years. And they were asked to imagine a hypothetical situation in which they have inherited 10,000 euros. And we were asking for what kind of choice, financial choice will they make. The next step was development of the AHP model, where we have one goal: how to manage your money, or what financial choice will the respondents make. For that purpose, we selected few alternatives based on common habits and preference of our respondents, as well as the characteristic of the Macedonian financial system. And the alternatives were investment in stock on the stock market, saving in form of a bank deposit, buying a life insurance policy, spending money, and investment in capital goods or property and luxury goods. The first step for this model was for respondents to assess the different criteria, which in our study were the following 7: return, volatility, safety, complexity, liquidity, accessibility, and stability, all of which describe the proposed alternatives. The next step in the development of the model was for respondents to assess each of the alternatives with each of the proposed criteria. In the process of evaluating the criteria and the alternatives in pairwise comparisons, which is specific for this model, this scale for pairwise comparisons, which is widely known, was used. It is developed by the creator of this model, Thomas Sati. And we have the judgments for the criteria presented in the table above. It's a matrix of the pairwise comparison of the criteria. And as we can see, the consistency ratio is below 10%, which means that the pairwise comparisons are consistent and the model is reliable. On the chart below, we can see the weight coefficients gained from the judgments and the preference of the respondents. And as we can see from the chart, young population values most the stability and safety out of all the criteria. On the table here are presented the summarized results for the alternatives. As I said, by the assessment of every alternative with each of the criteria. By that, we calculated the overall priorities and therefore gained the total ranking of the alternatives. So based on these results under the hypothetical situation, the first priority of the young population would be investment in property and luxury goods, because in that stage of life, even if they are employed, with the current level of salaries here, they are not able to buy a valuable and permanent assets such as investment in property or any luxury good. The next choice would be saving in a form of bank deposit, because it is, when it comes to saving, it's traditional for our domestic financial system that people save in form of bank deposits despite the low yields of deposits. However, many respondents value cash, or they would choose to spend money in order to meet current needs. What's for the other alternatives? Just a small number of the respondents prefer investment in life insurance policy or on the stock market. That's partly because of their risk aversion, but also due to the lack of information provided and lack of financial knowledge. And another reason may be that, for example, the life insurance sector is relatively young segment in our country. It's not very popular among young population because of the very long time until receiving the benefits from the life insurance policy. On the other hand, stock market is still underdeveloped, mainly due to the modest supply of securities. Out of these obtained results, we can conclude that the decision-making regarding personal finance among young people is a multi-layered social and economic issue, which is related to the level of youth unemployment and underemployment and the lack of financial literacy. The motive for saving and investing is secondary despite the primary need to provide a decent life. Insufficient investment in our country is a result of the modest supply of attractive financial instruments, low living standard, the risk culture, and the traditional habits of consumption and savings. Therefore, a part of the campaigns already created, further encouraging young people to make better and more informed decisions is necessary. These are the key references that were used as a basis for doing this research and writing our article. And I will finish my presentation here. I want to thank you all for your attention, to wish you all to stay safe and healthy during these times, and of course, to feel free to ask us any question.
Okay, so I say Li Rong has a question according to the chat. Why the property and the luxury goods is taken as one alternative but not two? This is a question.
Why is property and
why the property and the luxury goods is taken as one alternative but not two?
Okay, yeah. Okay, I see the question here. Because there are 10,000 euros that they inherited, and while talking to the respondents, they are interested. They were given different choices, which is under same category. That means using that money to invest in maybe an apartment, invest in a car, invest it in gold or jewelry, and that's why we put that and those options under one same category.
Okay, thank you. And the next question, yes. In the study, stability criteria weight was high, but also luxury goods spending alternative was high. Do you think here there is a contrary?
Well, the luxury goods, for example, investment in jewelry, they are considered that option as a stable one because jewelry can last for years. For example, 50 years they can have the jewelry. On the contrary, investment on the stock market is very risky. Also, investment in life insurance policies, as I said, very risky, they think, according to people, because there's such a long period of time and they are not sure of the outcome. So investment in apartment can be considered as a stable, and everything under this category.
Yes, I will add here also, as Tamara mentioned, based also on the criteria rating. So the safety and stability are like the most important criteria. And people, especially the young population in our country, has not a lot of knowledge in the financial instrument and the benefit from it. So they are going like stable and safety in these two types, let's say the property and as well as to save in banks. So something that is like traditional and something that is stable.
I was quite surprised that they selected life insurance, although, excuse me, although it was the fourth one, but still I was not expecting that they will select the life insurance. They would prefer, maybe I was thinking they would prefer the stocks. Do you have any insight for that one? Why do you think they preferred life insurance instead of stocks?
Although a few people prefer the two options, the life insurance may be more preferable because they are certain, because as we saw, they value the safety and stability. They hope sometime in the future they will gain from the life insurance. They will get the money eventually. On the stock market, they are not aware of the stock exchange, how the stock market operates. They have little information, little knowledge, and there are not very many options for them to invest in, because it's, as I said, still underdeveloped.
Yeah, and also I will add here to Dr. Birsen my answer, and like Tamara also mentioned, what is interesting also in our country, so we have our financial system that is traditional one based on banks, and after that are coming these insurance companies. So most of the students after finishing, let's say, this faculty of economics are starting their work in the insurance companies. So they are getting familiar with that, and based on the respondents who were part also of this sample, I think that is also the reason, because they are familiar more with the insurance than the stock market.
Thank you very much. It was very good presentation. Thank you, Tamara.
Okay,
I have a question. I have a question before we go on. Are we late? Now, yeah, I think it's a very good work. And for most financial models, the most concern we have is the credibility of the model. Do you intend applying the sensitivity analysis to, look at the credibility of what you have done?
What we have done is we have applied this group decision making, and we were using the assessments from the participants in our study, and then we were calculate the geometric mean, and based on that we were making the metrics and all the estimation. But we have not done the sensitivity analysis, and that is good, so we can check the credibility of the model that way.
That's correct. I strongly advise that you move the next step to, use the sensitivity analysis, so you can be very sure of the outcome of the results.
of the stability of the results. Yes,
that's correct. Right. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.